Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I've been getting calls left and right this week with people ask me when they should jump into this hot market. And I'm telling them the same thing I'm about to tell you. There are 7 facts that you must know right now if you're going to pull the trigger on buying a home or either selling a home. If you do not know where this market is right now, you're going to get screwed. I've got 7 facts to share with you that can be your armor when you go into the battle in the current real estate market. If you do not know these things like the back of your hand, you're not in a position to buy or either sell a house. We live in a world now when it's not enough to have the last month's data or even the best knowledge from a week ago. If you're going to be competitive as a buyer or either as a seller, you need to be consistently doing research, consistently gathering information, and consistently getting your hands on as much data as possible so you can see which way things are shifting in front of our eyes. We are going to be covering 7 things that you absolutely must know about the current housing market. This will help you find your niche and work to help you get the deal you want. Are you ready? Fact number 1, the inventory of homes is up for the first time in 3 years. 2019 seems like a long time ago for most of us. Back then, we were not stressed about masks and boosters and social distancing, but for the first time in 36 months, we are seeing the inventory of homes increase according to the report of Realtor.com. Prices are still on the rise, but there are more homes out there, which means people aren't as crazy to buy anymore, which will eventually start seeing prices come back down to earth. Fact number 2, this is not a housing bubble situation. If you are struggling to see the need to pay over the market value to buy a new home right now, you're not alone. But the good news is that the housing experts across the country do not believe we're in a repeat of 2008 when the housing bubble burst after people getting approved for mortgages and then default on them. According to the report from Zillow, what we are seeing is that the inventory in the market due largely to COVID when no new homes were being built for months of months. The lack of new homes put existing homes into the only game in town, and sellers were able to ask skyrocketing prices. Now, as new build homes come slowly onto the market, they're also being gobbled up. There will be a shift, but not a burst. Fact number 3, developers see the shift coming. Straight from the US Census Bureau, we get this information, and I quote, privately owned housing unit authorized by building permits in April were at seasonally adjusted annual rate of 1.819 million. This is a 3.2% below the revised March rate of 1.879 million. This is a 3.2 drop month to month. Developers are almost always ahead of the changes in the market. Follow their lead and you can be ahead too. Fact number 4, sellers are dropping their prices to stay competitive. Most people selling a house have to face those fears of having it sit on the market at a high price that nobody wants to spend. As the frenzy of buying starts to decline a little bit, sellers are reaching rationality and about 1 in every 5 is starting to drop their prices in hopes of attracting more offers according to Redfin. These people are reading the signs out there about inventory and seeing these crazy high mortgage rates and know that they have to shift their prices downward in order to be competitive. We're a little more than halfway through our list of 7 things you need to know right now about the real estate market. So I just wanted to pause briefly to thank you for making me part of your experience today. It's a privilege to be communicating with you, and I hope if you like what you see that you take a sweep on the subscribe button so I can visit again next week. Fact number 5, mortgage rates are cooling off the market. You have to be living under a rock to not realize mortgage rates are going through the roof. According to the NerdWallet, the average 30 years fixed rate mortgage is 5.397% as of June 7. That's compared with 2.857% a year ago, nearly a double. That's just not sustainable for buyers to pay way over the market value and then get hit with those massive mortgage payments plus huge interest rates month after month. Fact number 6, inflation is going to soften the market. It can be hard to think about making big purchases right now because all our little purchases keep going up and up. A gallon of gas is going for almost $5 per gallon when it was just $2.6 a year ago. The price of simple food staples like milk, bread, and meat are up. Between increased demand post-COVID pandemic and the ongoing war in Ukraine, the dollar isn't buying as much anymore. Cocon chief economist Ralph McLuhan told Fortune, "The red-hot housing market days are numbered. If people are spending extra dollar just to feed their kids and keep their gas tank full, they're not going to run out of dollars to pay enormous prices for homes." Fact number 7, rental prices are still through the roof. If you're weighing your choices between buying or either renting, think seriously about making the move to buy something. Rental prices are continuing to peak higher and higher every month with no end in sight. According to Realtor.com, the median rent in the country's 50 biggest metropolitan areas soared 16.7% annually. This is the highest that rental prices have been since realtors start tracking them. What are the reasons for the increase in rent prices? Number 1, pandemic slowed down the constructions, especially on big buildings, because of the short of construction materials. Number 2, the rising home prices and mortgage rates prevent people from buying because they cannot afford it. So they become renters, meaning more demand for rental properties. Number 3, most renters ending up extending their leases, and that is the reason that there is no inventory on the market for renters. So less supply and more demand push price up. Number 4, investors buying high so they rent for high in order to get their return on the money. Guys, I hope you got some great information and insight out of my video today. We are living in an historic times in the home market, and every extra piece of information you can gather, the better chance you have at getting an amazing home at an amazing price. This is Ron Cohen, your favorite New Jersey realtor. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.